Most cloud cost advice you will find online is about fixing things after they break. Today, I want to talk about the framework that is supposed to prevent that from happening in the first place. It is called FinOps. And if you work in cloud as an engineer, a founder, or a CDO, you have probably heard the word. But most explanations either oversimplify it or make it sound like something only enterprise companies need. I'm going to explain what FinOps actually is, show you the framework, and then tell you something honest about why it does not work for early stage startups the way it was designed. A quick intro: I spent years as a data engineer in enterprise environments. While everyone focused on performance, I got curious about something else: why some cloud architectures stay efficient and why others quietly become expensive. Now I share what I find. I focus specifically on digital health startups, the companies building telemedicine platforms, health data pipelines, remote patient monitoring, and healthcare AI. Follow me on LinkedIn for daily breakdowns. Link is in the description. What FinOps actually is. FinOps stands for Financial Operations. It is a framework developed by the FinOps Foundation, an organization that brings together cloud practitioners and financial teams to create standards for managing cloud costs. The official definition is FinOps is an evolving cloud financial management discipline and cultural practice that enables organizations to get maximum business value by helping engineering, finance, and business teams to collaborate data-driven spending decisions. That's a lot of words. Let me simplify it. FinOps is the practice of making cloud spending visible, understandable, and aligned with business decisions in real time, not just at the end of the month when the bill arrives. Before FinOps, the typical pattern was engineers provision infrastructure, the bill arrives at the end of the month, finance asks why it went up, nobody knows exactly why, the conversation goes nowhere. FinOps changed that by creating shared ownership of cloud costs between the people who spend the money, engineers, and the people who care about the budget, finance, and leadership. The FinOps framework. The FinOps Foundation describes their framework in three phases. They call them inform, optimize, and operate. The inform phase is about visibility. You cannot manage what you cannot see. The phase is about getting accurate real-time data about what you're spending, who is spending it, and what business outcome it is producing. In AWS, this means setting up Cost Explorer, configuring tagging so you know which team or product each dollar belongs to, and building dashboards that show spending trends over time. The optimize phase is about reducing waste and improving efficiency. This is where the actual savings happen. Right sizing instances, switching to spot where appropriate, purchasing savings plan, eliminating unused resources. This is the phase where most technical cloud cost advice lives, including most of what I cover in my own content. The operate phase is about continuous improvement, building process so the team regularly review costs, holds each other accountable, and keeps improving efficiency as the architecture evolves. Together, these three phases form a loop. You get visibility, you optimize based on what you see, you build process to keep doing it, and you cycle back to visibility to measure the improvement. Why FinOps is broken for early stage startups. I want to be honest about something that the FinOps Foundation will not say publicly. FinOps was designed for enterprises. It assumes you have separate finance and engineering teams. It assumes you have a dedicated FinOps practitioner. It assumes you have the bandwidth to run regular cloud cost reviews across departments. At Seeds and Series A, none of that is true. Your team of 8 engineers does not have a dedicated FinOps person. Your CEO is also your finance department. Your cloud cost review happens when the bill becomes impossible to ignore. Applying the full FinOps framework to a 10-person startup is like buying a Formula One pit crew to change the tires on a commuter car. The methodology is correct, the scale is wrong. What early stage digital health startup actually need is simpler. First, visibility into what is running and what it costs. AWS Cost Explorer and per service budget alerts gives you this for free in about 30 minutes of setup. Second, a quarterly habit of challenging default settings and decommissioning unused infrastructure, what I call the default challenge meeting and the 90-day audit. Third, infrastructure provisioning habits that do not create expensive defaults in the first place, which is exactly why I teach the Terraform with the cost angle built in. You do not need a framework, you need 3 habits, and those habits recover $40,000 to $60,000 per year in the typical Series A digital health startup without a single dedicated FinOps hire. when FinOps does make sense. I want to be fair to FinOps here. There is a stage where it becomes genuinely valuable. Once you reach Series P, when your AWS bill is over $50,000 per month, when you have separate engineer and finance team, when you have enough product lines that tagging and cost allocation becomes complex, the FinOps framework gives you a shared language and a proven process for managing that complexity. The FinOps Certified Practitioner certification is also genuinely worth getting if you are managing cloud costs professionally, and it gives you a structured vocabulary for conversation with the engineering and finance team. But before Series B, focus on the habits, not the framework. Fix the default, shut down the unused infrastructure, build cost awareness into your Terraform modules from the start. Those three things alone will give you better unit economics than any framework. So to summarize, FinOps is a cloud financial management framework with three phases: inform, optimize, and operate. It gives enterprise a structured approach to managing cloud costs collaboratively across finance and engineering. For early stage startup, it is too heavy. What you need instead is three habits: visibility, quarterly audits, and cost aware provisioning that achieve the same outcome with a fraction of overhead. If you found this useful, follow me on LinkedIn. I post one cloud cost breakdown every single day for digital health founders, CTOs, and engineers. The link is in the description below. If this was useful, subscribe. I post one new video every week: Terraform tutorials, AWS walkthroughs, and cloud cost breakdowns, all with the angle nobody else is covering. See you there.